What's up, guys? Welcome to Late Night Frights. I'm Chris Brock, Supervisor, and this week's theme is our horror letdown theme, which was created by All Random Things. Pretty much, if you don't know what the title is, or the theme is based on the title alone, it's horror films that let us down. We was highly anticipating. We had, high hopes for. It had good trailers. Just the hype. It was critically acclaimed. Critics loved it. Our friends really liked it. Just films that we went into with high expectations, and we came out let down. We didn't think it was as good as people said it was. Now, there's going to be a few on my list that a lot of people are going to disagree with, and hey, that's cool. I'm really glad that you enjoyed them, but this is just my opinion. Please respect it. If you want to talk and debate, leave a comment down below, but do it respectfully. Tell me what makes, these films so good to you, and there is some on here that I really do like. I think are good films, but the hype just didn't match up to the quality of the film. So without further ado, the first one is a 1983 film, which is a Scream Factory release, which I ordered from ScreamFactory.com. I pre-ordered it, got the poster. I was very excited, about getting, and I watched it with my friend Jordan, the J Sloan, which was really cool to watch. A film that so many people said was a classic film. That was up there, up there with the great horror films, Halloween, TCM, Psycho, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Black Christmas, and that is Sleepaway Camp. When I first watched it, I thought it was really cheesy, and to be quite honest, I didn't like it too much. I looked at Jordan, I go, I paid $30 for this? That's exactly what I said, but after watching it, I think I watched this about 5 times, because I watched it for my horror battle, I watched it for my movie night, and then I watched it for my movie night with Horror Boy 101. And yeah, I kind of do like it now. It's really growing on me. I really like it, but I don't love it. I don't think it's up there with the great horror films. I think all those horror films I just mentioned are better horror films than Sleepaway Camp. But I do like Sleepaway Camp. I think it's a fun slasher. It just really let me down the first time I seen it. But I would say check it out. It does have really good effects, and it's just an overall fun time. And this release is really good. But it did let me down the first time I watched it. I won't lie. So moving on, this next one is another Scream Factory release, and it's a third installment into my favorite horror franchise of all time, which you guys probably already know, is the Halloween franchise. This film does not star Michael Myers, even though it has a quick cameo, on TV of the original Halloween, and that is Halloween 3: Season of the Witch, made 1982. Sorry, I'm really sick. I sound really weird. 1982, starring Tom Atkins, directed by Tommy Lee Wallace, which he is from Kentucky, which is really cool. Totally off topic there. I really do like this Scream Factory release. I think it really did bring justice to this film. Because, I don't think this film would have got it from any other company, but the film overall to me is okay. I used to hate it when I was little. I hated it with a burning passion, and in a way I still don't like it because of how much it let me down as a kid, because I was such a huge Myers fan, a huge Michael fan, and following the original Halloween, which is my favorite horror film of all time, my favorite slasher of all time. I think it's almost a dang near perfect movie. The sequel, I think, is great. It's almost as good as the original, even though I favor the original. To me, it's like a big continuation of the original, and I think that's perfect. And then you go to this, which has nothing to do about Michael. I understand they're trying to, that was the end of the Michael storyline. I do think that's pretty cool, that, they try to do different ideas within the Halloween franchise. They start here. I heard the next one, the fourth one, if they wouldn't have bring Michael back, it would have been a ghost story, so that would have been cool to see, like an 80s ghost story, that would have John Carpenter's involvement in it. But honestly, after this one, they had to bring back Michael. I'm glad they did. I'm a huge Michael fan. Starting to like this one a little bit more. You gotta watch it, but it let me down big time the first time I watched it. Okay, so moving on, the next one is Paranormal Activity: The Marked Ones, and I want to kind of do the whole franchise, to be honest. I don't own the whole franchise. This right here is the only one that I really own. Just everybody says the whole franchise is the first one. Oh my gosh, it's the scariest horror film I've ever seen. As a whole, they're the scariest films I've ever seen. Tons of people say that. I disagree. I don't think any of them are scarier than The Exorcist, which was a film made back in the 70s. And it's scarier than, the Paranormal Activity films. Just me, personally, I think The Exorcist is scarier than all these films. to me, to be honest with you guys. Um, and I don't know. I really had high hopes for this one because I was like, okay, I will buy into it. I want to see a good parent. I want to see what makes Paranormal Activity films good. I tried to kind of get hopped up for it. Try to talk to some Paranormal Activity fans. I'm like, hey, the new one's coming out. I want to see it because I haven't really watched any of them in a long time, and everybody says they're so good. I'll give it a shot. Watch this one. I thought it was okay. There's a lot of good aspects in this film, though. I liked a lot of the ideas and some stuff that happens, but overall, it's nothing new. There's nothing in this film that we haven't seen before, and in a Paranormal Activity film or a paranormal film in general. And that's what I really think that just brings it down. There's really no uniqueness to it. Granted, there are a few things, but nothing major that sticks out with this film, because after I watched it, I was like, okay, I thought it was alright. And that was it. I was expecting it to just be a little bit better because how hot the Paranormal Activity films are. But after watching it, I really don't want to watch another Paranormal Activity film. I don't feel like I need to watch this one anytime soon. I don't want to watch any of the previous ones. So, yeah, it is kind of a letdown for me. I was kind of wanting a spark to, make me want to watch the other ones, but it just didn't happen. The next one's a 2013 film, and that is a film that me and Jordan probably couldn't agree more on. And that is Texas Chainsaw. Wow, this right here is a sequel to the original. It kind of takes away all the sequels because it really wants to, I guess. I don't really know the reason behind it. In a way, I'm like, okay. I thought Part 2 was really good. Part 3 was really good. You could probably continue from Part 3 because a lot of people hate Next Generation. I haven't seen it in a while, so I can't judge it. But I don't get the point of it being a direct sequel to the original. But hey, I'm all up for another TCM film. This one, to me, is just not a TCM film. The guy who plays Leatherface, he's okay. I really don't like the overall look of Leatherface too much. Granted, I like the Part 2 one. A lot of people think he looks stupid. I like him in Part 2. And Part 3, I like him pretty much in every one of them except for Next Generation in this one. The cast, Trey Songz, the girl, the lead lady, even though she is kind of attractive, her line that kills me is, do your thing, cuz. The second half is really what kills me. The first half, I was like, okay, this is okay. Nothing groundbreaking, but it's not that bad. The second half kills me. The second half, when they try to turn Leatherface into the anti-hero, the guy who's been running around for 5 films with human skin on his face, with a chainsaw, killing people, hooking them, just torturing them. Pretty much you kill the Sawyer family, which was the family that Leatherface came from, and they're all maniacs. You kill them, and you're the bad guy. I'm like, no, I don't condone violence or murder, but if a family deserved to die, it would be the Sawyers, because they have killed countless people, and they try to make Leatherface good and make that guy bad for killing the Sawyer family. I don't like it. I know a lot of people do like it, and I respect your opinion, but I just really don't care for this film at all. So that was the ones I do own. Now I want to talk about some that I don't own, unfortunately, and probably a good choice for me not to own them. The remake of A Nightmare on Elm Street. I've talked about this film so much of just how I feel about it. I went to the theaters and saw it. I was kind of hopped up for it in a way. But then again, I was like, okay, I'm not going to go in with too high expectations. And I did. And I walked out and I was just like, okay. It was like it had no effect on me at all. And normally a film will have at least a little bit of impact. And then when I got home, I was like, I watched the original. I was like, oh my god, that remake was horrible. I don't want to go into depth on that one. I do not like that one. I hate that one. Next one is Cabin in the Woods. Now, I do kind of like this film. I don't think it's like a great film. But, I don't know. Just people just say it is the next Scream. It's the Scream of not really the 2000s, but, of the new era. And I'm like, no, they say it is a staple in the horror franchise. It is up there with Halloween. It is a classic film. I watched it. I thought it was, fun. It was interesting. It was different. But I'm sorry, it's no Scream, it's no Halloween, it's no Nightmare on Elm Street, it's no TCM. All those films are far beyond Cabin in the Woods, in my opinion, even though I had a really good idea. I mean, I'll own Cabin in the Woods. I might pick it up here because I thought it was a fun film, but I would not say it's a great film, modern classic. But that's just me. I didn't really love it like people say it. People how they claim that that it is a classic. I don't see that, and I just don't love it as much as other people. Even though I thought it was okay. The next one is Urban Legends Bloody Mary. I grew up with the Urban Legend films. The first one is Urban Legend, and then they switched it to Urban Legends, The Final Cut, and then Bloody Mary. Granted, those films are not a great film at all. Like, the whole franchise is not, considered great at all. Like, I don't even like, to say that the first one's a good one, because it's not really a great film. But I grew up with it, so I would kind of say it is a good film. The first one is probably my favorite. Second one I really liked as well. The third one, huge letdown. I'm not even going to go into it. Just please do not waste your time on the third Urban Legends film. And then the next one is a franchise a lot of people don't like. I don't really know why, because I love the first two, and that is the I Know What You Did Last Summer franchise. And the one that just pisses me off, I'll never own this one, as well with Urban Legends or Nightmare on Elm Street remake, and that is I Will Always Know What You Did Last Summer. They turned Ben Willis into a ghost. Wow, that was just horrible. I don't like that film. Huge letdown. I love I Know What You Did Last Summer. I'll Still Know What You Did Last Summer, or I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Excuse me. But when it comes to the third one, I hate it. I want to add two more real quickly. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2007 remake. Wow. I'm going to talk about that further, maybe in a different video. But that one just let me down because Halloween is my favorite horror film of all time. I don't like that one. And then the next one, Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie remake, the sequel to the remake. I don't like that one at all. The worst Halloween film ever, in my opinion. So yeah, sorry I had to rush it. I'm going on about 10 minutes now, so I kind of want to cut it short. So yeah, here's the horror films that let me down. Texas Chainsaw, hate it. Paranormal Activity, it's okay. Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, I thought it was kind of good. And then Sleepaway Camp, I really liked it, but it just didn't live up to the hype. And then, Nightmare on Elm Street, the remake, hated it. Cabin in the Woods, thought it was okay, just overrated. And then, I Know What You Did Last Summer, or I Will Always Know What You Did Last Summer, hated it. And Urban Legends, Bloody Mary, hated it. So, sorry this video is not really good. I'm really sick, and it's like 8 o'clock, so I have to really hurry up and get this to where it'll be uploaded. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below. What are some horror films that let you down? And yeah, stay tuned for Little Rocker Cuties video. And thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.